This morning, more troops are on the ground in American cities. And moments ago, President Trump weighed in again and is trying to ratchet things up rather than calm things down. Again, sending out this message. We'll show you. Chicago's mayor should be in jail for failing to protect ICE officers. Governor Pritzker also. It comes as the Trump administration and Trump administration officials have been traveling to different parts of the country for firsthand looks at ICE operations. The DHS secretary was in Portland, Oregon just yesterday. A source telling CNN she met with the city's chief of police and others who oppose the military deployment there. And the FBI director, Kash Patel, was just in Chicago, where National Guard troops from Texas just arrived. They're doing training and awaiting specific assignments, possibly deploying as early as today. And at the center of much of the protests and clashes has been about 12 miles west of Chicago, actually, at an ICE facility in the town of Broadview. And the mayor of Broadview, Katrina Thompson, joins us right now. Mayor, thanks so much for being here. I appreciate your time. First and foremost, I want to ask you about the troops. They've got the National Guard from Texas arriving in Illinois. There's a lot of lack of clarity of what happens next. Are you expecting them to come to Broadview? What are you preparing for?
Well, good morning. Thank you for having me. What I am prepared for is just making sure that we are communicating with the residents of Broadview and to protect them to be safe. We do know that the National Guard is not local law enforcement. They are military. They have no local police training. Having them serve as a local law enforcement is asking them to serve outside of their training. We didn't ask for them. We don't want them here. And I fear that they will escalate the conflict started by the flame of ICE. So we just try to just manage as best we can.
Do you think it could inflame things further from what you've already been trying to get a handle on and control?
Oh, absolutely. Our experience with ICE has been terrible. ICE is the one who's been instigating all the problems against our village and against our residents. They did not respect our local laws. They did not respect life safety issues, and they are causing problems and committing crimes. Unprovoked firing of rubber bullets and other projectiles, dispensing tear gas and other chemicals without the regard of the residents across the street who are being harmed.
Mayor, I just read what the president just sent out today, saying that the governor and Mayor of Chicago should be in jail for failing to protect ICE officers. As I've already mentioned, the ICE facility that's kind of been a central focus for weeks now is in your very small town. What is your reaction to the president when he says that?
Well, he has his right to his opinions, and I severely disagree with that. We have a right to protect our communities. We have a right to protect the state of Illinois, and we didn't ask for the National Guard.
I want to play for you something because Portland is another prominent city facing something of what you're dealing with in Illinois. My colleague Shimon Prokupez spoke with a congresswoman from Portland who is there and begging protesters at an ICE facility there to leave because what she says is that outrage is exactly what the administration is looking for. Let me play for you what this congresswoman says.
By going to that facility, people are not being strategic. At this moment in time, protesting in the streets is absolutely important. Just don't protest right there because then you're playing into their story that is not the reality, as you can see looking around here. You become part of a war zone narrative if they decide that that's the time they're going to go out there and provoke.
Do you agree with her? I mean, would you like to see the protesters leave? Because I know that you have signed an executive order to limit the hours that protesters can protest at the facility.
Oh, absolutely. We know that ICE don't respect local laws. They don't respect First Amendment speech and assembly, and the Fourth Amendment unlawful in assembly. So absolutely. And we want to make sure that the people that visit our town every day, that they're safe and they feel protected. By going into that facility is just going to incite other things that can take place. And we just want people to be safe, but be able to exercise their freedom of speech.
But you'd like to see the protesters leave. You think they're playing into the administration's hands by protesting outside the facility?
Well, emotions are high right now, right? And so when we channel that emotion of anger, sometimes we don't think rationally. And so we as local leaders have to put protocols in place to keep people safe. It's not to restrain or put a ban on anything. It's in the best interest of them. And sometimes people just don't know what's best for them because of the anger that they are facing or the challenges that they want to see changed from their lens. But I agree with her that, you know, we asking you all to stay away from the facility because it's going to create more problems. And again, we live here in Broadview, and then we have to deal with the aftermath. When those protesters come to our community, they get to go home. They get to go home trauma-free, drama-free, sleep well at night. Their families are not impacted. They can get up, go to work, and then we stuck with all of the aftermath stuff in the village of Broadview, and that's just, you know, we deserve that dignity, that peace, and respect that you all get when you go to your respective community to sleep at night.
Mayor of Broadview, a very small town, a village, as you said. Mayor Thompson, thank you for your time. Let's see what happens in these coming days.